Alright, hello friends. Hopefully everybody can see and hear me. Welcome back to PHG. My name is Miss Mintwolf, and we're going to be doing something a bit different today. I was actually giving Dino a minute to see if he would actually work and do the notifications, but seems he's having a hard time today. So we'll give him a little bit more. We'll see if he kicks in the announcement like he's supposed to. But if you have not seen this before, welcome. This is Pokemon Infinite Fusion, the fan game that was created over months and months of hard work, which basically introduces a mechanic called DNA Splicers, where we take two different Pokemon, as you can see, and we just mash them together and see what comes out of it. There is a little bit of AI in this to help in that blending. Sometimes it doesn't really work out too well, but we're going to mess with a few settings once we get started to make sure that things are working as we want them to. If you are here, please just know that we also have multiple events going on today at the same time. It's going to be a little crazy. We have the one shot should be kicking off in about an hour, and we also have Lazarus Wolf doing his own stream, so you're free to check those out if you would like. There's nothing wrong with that. Otherwise, we are going to hang, we are going to play some Pokemon, and we're going to have some fun. The way in which we are going to be doing this is in the style of what is known as a Nuzlocke, and that means that there are three base rules that are in play when we play the game. The first one just states that you must catch the first Pokemon, that you encounter on every named location. There are two exceptions for this that we are going to implement because we are not playing hardcore. If it dies or it runs, we can go find another one. We're going to need the death fodder. The second one is that if a Pokemon faints, it is considered to be dead and cannot be used again in the party. But it may be used to complete an NPC quest, which is also something a bit different in this game that we will see. Third rule, every Pokemon must receive a nickname, so whether that's named after someone in chat or not, doesn't matter. Everyone will get a nickname, and that is to create some emotional attachment to it so that we can later be devastated when it dies, because it's going to happen. That's just how this game works. Those are the three standard rules. In addition, most people would agree that you don't have to catch one if it becomes a duplicate of one that you already have. So if I run across a Pikachu once, and then in another route I get another Pikachu, I can go find another Pokemon. I don't have to catch two Pikachus. Doesn't make sense. There is an exception to that for shinies and legendaries that most people would adhere to. So if you come across a shiny or a legendary, you are welcome to catch it. Pseudo-legendaries get a bit weird, but we'll work with that. We are also going to add a third layer on top of this by randomizing everything. So every Pokemon in every route will all be randomized. We could run into anything. There's also going to be one Pokemon allowed from the game corner in Celadon City. We are starting in Kanto, and one of each set encounter. So if you're familiar with the game, you'll run into a Snorlax in the road, or you'll run into a event on the cycling road, and those are considered set encounters. You can catch one of those Pokemon. That being said, that's the laundry out of the way. I hope you've enjoyed the abominations that have been scrolling across the screen. We are going to get started. So, in order to do this the way we want to do it, we have to have a file set up already, which we do. It's just a basic file. You need to have one of these in order to set up the randomizer aspect of the game. So we're going to do a new game, and we're going to do randomized. In randomized mode, all of the trainers, encounters, and items can be randomized. You'll get to customize exactly how you want everything to be randomized. So we're going to go random, and this game has just received an update, so all of this is new. We're going to put our name in here that says Minty. We will be female, because I am female. Skin type. Ooh, okay, you can change your skin color. I am very pasty, so we will do that. And the hair is correct. Here's the randomizing part. It's a lot of fun. So, this is probably the most important selection. How do you randomize your Pokemon? Here's the difference between the two. A global randomization means that if I replace a Pikachu with a Rattata, every time we should meet a Pikachu, it will always be a Rattata. Because it's going to be fused with another Pokemon, that gets a little whack. Instead, what we're going to do is area randomize, which means every time we go to a new location, the Pokemon are reshuffled and we can run into different Pokemon. So we might run into a Pikachu once and it's a Rattata. We might run into a Pikachu again, it becomes a Pidgey. That's how this works. Okay. And then we're going to do our custom sprites. So what this does is it limits the game to only include Pokemon that have a custom sprite that was made by a member of the community, and this prevents the AI from having that jankness that you saw on the main screen, where it kind of just scramble eggs everything and doesn't know how to handle it. Allow legendaries. Regular wild Pokemon can also be randomized into legendaries. We are turning that on. Starters. Yes, they will always be a first stage evolution, because otherwise it can get a bit broken. I've seen some really dumb shit, so we're gonna tame it down a little bit. So we're going to randomize our static encounters, randomize our gift counters, and we're going to fuse everything. So everything we run into will not just be one Pokemon, but a fusion of 2 different Pokemon. That's the big randomizer done. NPCs, we're gonna leave that off. Well, we kind of limit ourselves if we do that, though. Yeah, we'll leave that off. That's fine. Gym trainers, we are going to randomize their types, and we're going to randomize each battle. So, the first gym is generally Brock. Brock is generally a rock type. He might all of a sudden be a grass type, and every time we fight him, he'll have a different Pokemon. We are going to randomize a few items, not all of them. We have to be careful here, because we can actually lock ourselves out of doing this run. So, what we're going to randomize is the found TMs, the given items, and the given TMs. The other 2 we are not touching. Shop items can be really bad because you either don't get potions or don't get Pokeballs, and you need both of those. And then trainer held items, it's up to you if you want to do it or not. But that is our randomizer setting for all of that. Now the game is asking us, how much randomness do we want in our encounters? Do we want to just run into the 1-to-1s where, a first evolution turns into another first evolution? We can do moderate, where a first evolution will turn into possibly a second evolution. Or you do insane and you just say, give me everything you got. So we're going to do moderate for both of them. We're going to give it a minute to shuffle everything. It's gonna take a minute because it hasn't done this before. At least in this save file. This is what it looks like. It's kind of crazy. And then that's the trainer side. Now it's gonna shuffle the Pokédex. And it has to shuffle them twice because since we allowed all of our Pokemon to be fused, we're shuffling the initial Pokemon and we're shuffling what it's being fused with. It's gonna do this twice. Unfortunately, I can't really do anything about the dings. We just have to deal with the dings. I'm sorry. There goes the second half. Alright. Then it saves this file of all of the shuffles it's done so that it always knows what it shuffled. Game's difficulty, we're going to do normal. We are not skipping the intro. Normally you could. And we'll turn autosave on, which means we can't go back and, save scum this. It'll automatically save after certain checkpoints. I'm going to save it in file B. There's nothing in file B, so it doesn't hurt anything. And we're off to the races. Silphco is now proud to announce the new product that will revolutionize Pokemon battling. Introducing DNA Splicers. This revolutionary new device makes it easier to fuse Pokemon together than ever before. DNA Splicers work by extracting the DNA of two Pokemon and combining it to create an entirely new species. Select any two Pokemon, use your DNA splicers on them, and just watch the magic happen before your eyes. Yeah, that's a bit terrifying. That's gonna haunt me in my dreams. Fused Pokemon can learn moves from both halves, which gives them an edge over regular Pokemon, and you can now try it out on your very own Pokemon. DNA Splicers now available for purchase at every Pokemart. The Pidgeotto didn't get randomized anymore. Oh, the Rattata did still, though. It has wings. That Pidgeotto used to get randomized into so many different Pokemon. I guess they had to fix it. As you can see, there is a Wii here, which is kind of funny. The first thing we do is withdraw the potion that is given to us by default. Alright. Trying to remember controls here. Mom! We received a letter for you. It's from the Pokemon League. Here, open it. Dear Minty, we are pleased to announce that your Pokemon League application has been accepted. You are hereby recognized as an official Pokemon trainer. You can now earn badges to take part in the Pokemon League Challenge. You will find your trainer card attached to this letter. We wish you the best of luck. The Pokemon League Admission Board. Hell yeah. Alright. So, what did it say? They accepted your Pokemon Trainer application? That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Oh, isn't the boy next door receiving his first Pokemon today as well? I overheard Professor Oak talking about it. What's that name that everyone calls him again? We're gonna call you Chat. Because Chat will forever be our enemy. Oh yes, that's right. Well, I'm sure that you and Chat will have a ton of fun on your Pokemon journey together. Well, that's it, dear. I'm not holding you here any longer. Go have fun on your adventure. Alright, this is our brother. It's awesome that you're finally becoming a trainer, sis. I think he's supposed to be younger, but it's hard to tell. We mixing and matching all the fun stuff, we're getting there. We have to get through a little bit of dialogue first. Chat is gonna come and kind of brag that he got accepted as a Pokemon trainer. You got a letter too? I'm surprised they let you in. I assumed they had higher standards. Well, I guess there's no point in bragging about mine now then. Anyway, Gramps told me he's gonna give me my first Pokemon. He went to Viridian City to run an errand. But he told me to wait for him at the lab. See ya. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, because it seems to freeze and then catch up and then freeze and then catch up, and I don't know what it's actually doing. I don't know if that's on my end or if that's on Twitch's end, and it's very hard to tell. If it ends up, like, being a big problem, I'll probably just not stream. But the other thing I can also do is try and reload the stream. What kind of stream are you doing on OBS and such? So basically what I have set up is OBS has a plugin called Restream, which is sending it to Twitch and YouTube. But it's been fine before, so I don't know why it's being a pain in the butt now. I may restart stream in a second. Yeah, I am running multi-monitor. How am I capturing the game? It has to be a window capture, unfortunately. Otherwise, it won't recognize the program. Believe me, it's very annoying, but I can't do a game capture on this. Better than a display capture, though. I could do a display capture, but that will actually capture everything. And I'm not sure if I want it to do that just yet. But I have some options, so we're gonna do a little bit of looky here. So give me just a second, because the other thing that I might have to do is just pull the bitrate down a tiny bit. See if that'll fix it. Because it looks like it is stressing the bitrate a tiny bit. Yeah, it's just jumping. Okay, hang on. I will be right back. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to pull the stream down and I will pull it back up real quick. And see if that's on my end or if that's on Twitch's end. Because if it's on Twitch's end, there is nothing I can do about it. So I will be right back. Please hold tight.